Hello and welcome to Main Story Tonight, which I would like to call No Land for Women. Many of you would have been aware of what has been happening in India and will not wonder why I said this. The alleged horrifying gang rape and murder of a 19-year-old Dalit girl by 4 upper caste men shocked the very soul of this nation, like it did 8 years ago in the time of Nirbhaya. But things are a bit different this time, because this time the state has played an unusual role in this horrifying incident. The poor girl's body was burned in the heart of night without the consent of her immediate family, according to media reports. Hindu cremations are carried out by customs and rituals, which unfortunately the girl never received. The mainstream media did a wonderful job in the beginning, bringing this matter to light, questioning the authorities. But after a few days, it went back to hunting for conspiracy theories. Meanwhile, the UP police denied allegations of rape, citing the absence of semen. But Allahabad High Court questioned the police claim and asked them if they were aware that the definition of rape has changed since 2013. The court also said that the mere absence of semen, even though a factor for consideration, would not by itself be conclusive enough to determine if rape has been committed or not if other evidence had been available. According to a report by the Indian Express, the court also noted that the hurried cremation prima facie was an infringement upon the human rights of the victim and the family members. Now the case is with the CBI and the long legal battle for justice will begin. So ask yourself, what has changed since the time of Nirbhaya? According to the 2019 Crime in India report by the NCRB, 32,033 cases of rape had been registered in India in 2019, which was even more than the number of murder cases, which stood at 28,918. Rajasthan led with the number of cases with 5,997, followed by UP with 3,065 cases of rape. As of 2019, 1,62,741 cases of rape were under trial. In 16,701 cases, trial was completed, and in 4,640 cases, conviction was carried out. The conviction rate was 27.8%. The report added that 1,45,632 cases of rape was still pending trial at the end of 2019. It would be foolish to think that rape is only a matter of law and order, because rape is not just an act of violence, it is also an act of showing power and dominance over women. A patriarchal mindset which believes in the subjugation of women and somehow finds a way to blame the woman itself against whom the crime has been committed is also to share the blame here. The act of blaming women had been carried out since time immemorial. I'll tell you a short story from Greek mythology. You may have heard of Medusa, the monster woman with hair of snake, who could turn men in stone whoever looked at her face. But if you dig deep down into this mythology, as did the Roman poet Ovid did, you will find something very sinister, something very diabolical lurking behind this. In his work Metamorphosis, Ovid says that Medusa was a lovely woman who was raped by the sea god Poseidon inside the temple of Athena. And because the temple was desecrated, Athena punished Medusa, yes, Medusa, the victim of the crime, by turning her into a monster with hair of snake who could turn men in stone who looked at her face. Today's society is not much different, which find ways to put responsibility on women on how they should behave, how they should carry themselves. Just take a look at this report.
सभी पिता और माता का धर्म है कि अपनी जवान और युवती बेटी को भी एक संस्कारित वातावरण में रहने, चलने और वातावरण में अपना व्यवहार, एक शालीन व्यवहार प्रस्तुत करने का तरीका सीखना चाहिए और सिखाना चाहिए.
In India, women in general face a lot of threat of violence. And the same is true for women belonging to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. According to the same 2019 report by the NCRB, 45,935 cases were registered for committing crime against the scheduled castes. Of these, around 7.6% or 3,486 cases were of rape. The New India would like to believe that caste discrimination does not exist, because of course discrimination is prohibited by law. Of course, something which is prohibited by law would not be practiced openly. But if you look deeply and closely, you would see the mannerisms. You would see how people talk. You would see how they behave. You would see how they expect others to behave. Just take a look at this report from The Wire, from the same village, Hathras.
लेकिन आप छुआछूत के खिलाफ हैं?
कैसे?
आप विरोध करते हैं छुआछूत का?
बिल्कुल विरोध. अरे जब विरोध क्यों करेंगे जब हमारे यहाँ आते नहीं है क्या? आते हैं। हाँ, जो दावत वगैरह होती हैं, शादी संबंध होते हैं, तो वो आते ज़रूर हैं, मतलब थोड़ा वो हटके खाते हैं, वैसे हटके खाते हैं, इतना फ़र्क है बस। नहीं, सब निमंत्रण जाता है, बाकायदा खाते हैं, पीते हैं, सब काम होते हैं।
The caste divide can be seen not only in villages but can be seen all around us. According to a report by the Indian Express, an AIA-DMK Dalit MLA married a Brahmin woman and her father tried to commit suicide because he did not approve of the marriage. India needs to self-reflect. If you think the caste system is a thing of the past, you just need to take a look at the so many matrimonial sites out there which gives you the filter for so many castes to choose from. And if you think the caste system does not exist in your family, just take a look at your parents who would be looking the brides and grooms from your own community, from your own castes. And if you by chance bring in someone else, they would be asking, which caste are they from? We are living in a pandemic, and what COVID-19 should have taught men is how women would generally feel. Should I cover my face? Should I step out of the house? Should I be afraid of strangers coming near me? Should I be afraid that the person before me may be infected from the inside? But the problem is not women. The problem is men. And then there will be an argument saying that, oh, there are only a few bad apples out there because of things happening like these. But when you say this, it shifts the focus from the bad apples to the good ones who would need to just prove themselves the other way. So because of that, you just need to put the focus on the entire men. You need to say that men are responsible and men need to take charge and be accountable and be responsible for their actions. When a disease like malaria happens, you blame the mosquito. Then you later go on to say that a particular breed of mosquitoes caused it. But first the onus goes on the mosquito. So here, men, take responsibility. Go and look in the mirror. There's a monster staring back at you. That monster is you.